What is going on, guys? It's Jay. I'm back. Another video. I am in Llandudno still. The second video in Llandudno, and I'm here. It is the Wild Horse Brewing Company. You have the brewery there, and then behind me you have the tap room. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and have some beers. Looking forward to this. You know, the first video that I ever did was the Nakota on this channel. So that's going to be really interesting. Really looking forward to trying it again. And then I had the Westie, the Fast Forward Westie, which was beautiful also. But I want to see what other beers they do. So without further ado, let's get into it and let's see what they've got. There is a bit of music blasting, so I might not be able to do any commentary whilst I'm in there. And you might just have videos of me to music, drinking the beer with some more comments when I get back to the hotel later. But let's get into it and let's see what it is like. And just like that, people, we're back in my kitchen to go through what you have just seen. I have had a flight of beers. Well, I had two flights, so the second one will be coming shortly. But what did I have? And I'm just going to move over because I'm hoping that it will pop up here, but I'm normally pointing in the wrong place. So somewhere will pop up the pictures that I taken, or the pictures that I took from in the tap room, where there's like a little bit of a menu sort of thing which describes the beers and a little bit more. And I've made a few notes. How good am I getting? Ridiculous, really. However, the first beer that you saw was a beer called Quarry of Colour, which is a pale ale at 4.5% ABV. Let's think of it. It had a slight bitterness to it, but not too much for me, which is great because I don't like a lot of bitterness. It had a slight dryness to it that made you want to sort of go in again and again. And the dominant flavours in there was very much the citrusy lemon type of vibes. So all in all, I really enjoyed that one. The next one was called Digital Age Analog Heart, and it was a collaboration with YCH. This one was a West Coast, coming in at 6% ABV. It was very piney, especially on the aftertaste. You got a lot of the resinous notes come through as well. For a Westie, it wasn't overly bitter, which again is good for me. That's the second Westie I've had from Wild Horse now. And it's sort of like they don't like too much bitterness as well, so it looks like they rein it back a bit. But it's still not my favourite beer in the world. I'm still not bowled over by Westies. So, you know, someone can change my mind, let me know. And the third beer was called Kinder to Crib. It was a collaboration with Thornbridge, those of the Jaipur world. It was a bright pale ale coming in at 4.7% ABV. it was very tropical on the nose, and it followed through on the flavour as well. There was slight pininess to it. I don't know if that's what they wanted to achieve, but it was really crisp and refreshing though, and on the back end it punched you in the face with lots and lots of lemon notes, which I thought was very, very pleasant. But those were those three. I was really happy with them. But we've got another flight of another 3 beers. So hit the music, roll the footage for the next 3 beers. So, the next 3 beers that you have just watched. The first one was Elements number 12. It was a Vienna lager coming in at 4.7%. Now, I've never had a Vienna lager before. I think I might be having a few more when I can get my hands on them. You know, you tried it and you had the slight bready notes. It was very malty, and you had the slight floral backbone as well. But also as well, it carried a very slight and little undertone of honey, which I thought was beautiful. Really lovely lager that was. The second one was called Llandudno Pils, which was a West Coast Pilsner coming in at 5% ABV. It tasted just like a Westie. It really did, but what else would I expect with a West Coast Pilsner? It had a piney finish, slight stone fruit, but it tasted too much like a Westie for me. But it was still, you know, because it was Pilsner, it was still cool and crisp and refreshing. And then there is the last one, which was called Tide by Tides, which was a New Zealand Pilsner at 4.8%. Now, this one had Nelson Sauvin in, and as we know, I am not a Nelson Sauvin fan, but it was quite crisp, and you know, the other hops that were in it, you know, you can see there that there was Riwaka, Matueka and Nelson in there, and they all individually shone. You know, the Nelson didn't take over it, so I'm really happy with that, and it was nice. So all 6 beers that I had at Wild Horse were fantastic. You know, it was a bit like going back, because the first review that I ever did was a Wild Horse beer. There were 3 beers that I didn't do, and I was going to do them in a separate flight, but ran out of time. But those 3 I actually bought as cans. Now, the Nakota I haven't done, because I've already done a review of that. It was the first one that I ever did. But the other 2, Galaxy and Llandudno, will be coming this coming week, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But I loved the place. The music, the atmosphere was brilliant. They had really good music on. They've got a pizza place if you want to get some food, and also they do a happy hour. Now, I can't remember if I took a picture of it to say when it was. So yeah, so as of this time that I visited, The happy hour every Thursday and Friday between 4 and 6. Yes, it's 2 hours, not 1. However, you get 25% off the beer, which I think is brilliant. So it did sort of help towards the cost of some of these. You know, the 2 flights, you know, with the 25% off were pretty cheap. Now, I can't remember for the life of me how much they cost, but they were fantastic. So all in all, guys, go to the Wild Horse Brewery taproom if you are in the area, and also stay at the Gwesty Links. I'll put I'll put a link to my stay there and my review of the few beers that I had from the Gwesty Links. Fantastic place as well. So watch that video, and then when you're in Llandudno as well, go to Wild Horse. But that is the end of the video, guys. If you've made it this far, as per usual, thank you very much, and you deserve a medal. If you've not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. Drop me in the comments, have you been to Wild Horse? What has been your favourite beer from that brewery? Or are there any other tap rooms that you think I should try? You know, I've booked in to see Azvex, to go into the tour of Azvex in a few weeks. I've got Black Country Beers Black Country Ales, sorry, to do the tap room visit of. I'm also going to be visiting Love Lane's tap room, and the big one for my birthday in July, I am going to Daya's tap room. So I've got a couple of tap room visits coming up. You lot will come with me as usual. But let me know if there's any more that you think I should go to. Obviously, I'd love to go to Verdun, but it's too far away. But it might happen. You never know. But that's it, people. I'm going to go. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, people.